You know what nobody tells you? That you can raise 4 beautiful children, fill a house with laughter for decades, and still end up eating dinner alone at 73, watching the steam rise from your soup while your phone sits silent on the table. I'm Margaret, Grandma Maggie to 8 grandchildren I barely see, and tonight, like most nights, I'm talking to you instead of them. It wasn't always like this. I remember when my kitchen in our Ohio suburb was the heartbeat of everything. 4 kids running through, Tommy, Sarah, David, and little Beth. Tracking in snow during those brutal Midwest winters, fighting over who got the corner brownie, doing homework at this very table while I stirred spaghetti sauce that would simmer for hours. My late husband Jim would come home, hang his coat on that same hook by the door, and the chaos would somehow feel like music. We weren't rich. Jim worked at the plant, I was a school secretary. But we had time. Sunday dinners were non-negotiable. Summer meant the community pool and backyard barbecues. Winter meant hot chocolate after sledding, everyone peeling off wet layers in the mudroom, their cheeks pink from cold and happiness. I thought I was building something permanent, a foundation, a family that would always circle back to this table. The loneliness didn't crash over me all at once. It crept in, quiet as snow accumulating on a roof. First, it was Tommy moving to Seattle for a tech job. "It's an incredible opportunity, Mom," he said, his eyes bright with ambition at 26. His wife Jasmine is lovely. We video call on holidays. She always apologizes for the time difference, for how tired the kids are. My grandsons, Ethan and Lucas, are 9 and 6 now. I've met Lucas in person exactly twice. Then her dance I'd been rehearsing in my empty kitchen. I drove home without knocking. That night, Beth texted, "Thinking of you, Mom, heart emoji, how are you?" "Good," I wrote back, "just made cookies, wish I could share them with you." "Aw, soon, love you." Soon, that word has become my whole vocabulary. Will visit soon, call you soon, see you soon. Soon is a country I never get to visit. You want to know the worst part? It's that I did everything right. I was a good mother. I went to every game, every recital, every parent-teacher conference. I made Halloween costumes by hand. I stayed up late helping with science projects, held them through heartbreaks, taught them to drive with patience I didn't know I had. When Jim died 5 years ago, sudden heart attack gone before the ambulance arrived, they all came home for the funeral. Ting more shell than anything into the bowl. Beth is making coffee, and she just called Sarah, put her on speaker. "I'm coming this weekend," Sarah said, her voice firm, "and we need to talk, all of us, about how we've been treating Mom. I don't know if this is a new beginning or just a moment. I don't know if they'll really change, or if life will swallow them up again in a few weeks. But right now, my granddaughter is covered in flour. My daughter is crying and laughing at the same time, and my phone is ringing with my other children calling each other, planning something I'm not privy to yet. And I'm thinking about something that terrifies and thrills me in equal measure. What if I stopped waiting to be chosen? What if I started asking for what I need? What if the loneliness ends not because they finally remember me, but because I remind them that I'm still here, still worth the drive, still worth the time, still worth more than a text message and a heart emoji? Tomorrow I'm calling Tommy and David, and I'm going to say something I've never said before. I need you to make time for me. Not soon. Now. Because nobody warned me that motherhood could feel this lonely later in life.